Oh, okay. Let's see. Throw a little recording on there. There we go. Actually, I don't need that now. Alright, that's fine. Hello. How's everybody doing? I'm changing settings around still and trying to still get used to all that, but how is everything going? Hello, Roan. Hello, Murdoch. Wasn't showing on either site yet. Oh, yeah, I was a little bit late there. And lo and behold, Restream is working. That is good to know. That is good to know. How are you both doing today? I hope everything is going well. I think I should probably have like a little, quick little mental checkoff list here, because I always get nervous before starting stream, because I always think I forgot something. I always have to pull up a bunch of different things, and I always get nervous thinking that I'm forgetting things, but I think we're good. I'm doing fantastic. How are you? I'm doing well. I'm excited to work on another fun character, hopefully. Roan, I know that you are going to be really busy with NaNoWriMo, right? But I'm excited to see what you're writing. I heard that you got a lot done today. I'm looking forward to it. I'm being slowly killed by PowerPoint 8 hours a day today in the next 2 days. Oh, wow, yikes. Why so much with PowerPoint? 8 hours a day of PowerPoint? I don't actually think I could handle that. That would be a little bit exhausting. My wings and ears are attached. Clearly I forgot nothing. There we go. That works. I'm super pumped. I'm tidying up today's work now to share. Ooh, nice. I look forward to it. I only, just reading the summary, I mean, from what I can tell, it seems like you're a really good writer, so I'm looking forward to it. But yeah, what did you guys, for those of you who are here, what did you think of last stream? How do you think that went? Is that an okay thing, I suppose? I wanna keep trying it. I wanna keep improving with each character I'm painting, and I'm working with the Hololive characters just because it's sort of easy to grab references, and they're all very unique, so they kind of stand out from each other, thematically. So I think we're going to try another one of those today. I want to sort of keep improving the speed. We're not going to go as long as last time. I'm going to try to simplify the rendering. I'm not going to render as intensely as I did. I want to work with a little bit of fluidity and making things just work nicely in good tandem. The training behind it is for the ticketing system we use at work, except today all the things I already know when we launch use of the oh, okay. So it's a train, okay. Still, 8 hours, that sounds like a lot, but what do I know? I try to be, I love writing, I'm glad to hear that. Loved last stream, it was fun, relaxed, talking about what I was doing, which I found helpful and interesting. Alright, that's good to hear. Play around with it. I know you're doing corporate VTubers right now. I'm just excited for when you get to master study sprinkled in here and there. I haven't done a master study in a bit. I could definitely do another master study again. Do you like seeing the things that are, like, more expansive? Is that why? Because with the corpo VTubers, what I'm doing is mainly, bust up shots with limited background. Because I'm trying to sort of set a little bit of a pattern that I could keep working with. But the master studies are always, like, very expansive. I like hearing the reasoning behind why you do each bit, what counts as acceptable ugly stage versus when you're just in the face sketch. Alright, I'm glad to hear that. Thank you. We're going to see what we can do this time. I've already lost my wand. There it is. Alrighty. Part of it is the detail and the reverse engineering of the original technique used. Yeah, true. I was checking out YouTube the other day, and I found a few channels that were also doing, like, reconstruction of master studies, but they were, like, they weren't trying to do a one-for-one exact- sometimes they were, but other times they were trying to, like, turn their style into it. It was interesting. So yeah, we might do another master study in the future. I definitely learn a ton from it. But with that, let's get going to our main scene here. So I'm doing the same way of technique that we had before, where I am basically starting off with something 3D, and the reason is just because I am working on trying to speed things up and simplify things. So it's basically like taking a photo of one of those wooden mannequin dolls and then just having another traced element. It just speeds up the workflow a little bit while you're practicing, while you're studying. I haven't finished watching the Sora one, but I'm here to enjoy. Miko, the one who has a great sense of English. That's why I keep being annoying about them. Well, if you have any ideas for any master studies, I'd be more than happy to hear them. I know you have some ideas. I have to find probably a little bit of an in-between. So, I think, oh, that's the one thing I forgot to do before stream, is I wish that I had experimented a little bit with the brushes, because I've been wanting to try, it would help if I actually put in the layers correctly, something a little bit more pencil-like, or something, you know, a little less pen-like, a little more textured. I don't know why this is a bright orange. I was probably doing something Halloween-y. So, let's just work on getting our base shape here. And I need to pull up her reference, make sure I have it right with the hair and styles and everything. Do I pose the model? And if so, roughly how long does it take to get to where you want? So, the models that I'm using are directly from Clip Studio Paint. And I can sort of get, like, a very rough idea of what I want. And there are, luckily, a lot of, preset hand poses, so I don't have to pose them too much. But you can pose things like each individual joint of the hand. And, I'd say it takes me about a half hour to an hour so far, but I don't entirely know because there's like only my second time using them. Let's see if I can get the reference for this fish here. So I really love the Hololive model designs, but I'll be completely honest that I don't always know everything about each girl. So I try to do a little bit of research, clearly not as much as someone like, you know, Rayless, the lore cat, but just enough to try and get by. I kind of want to try doing a bit of a pencil technique today. I'm wondering if that would change things. And I learned that, that Miko's favorite food is taiyaki, so I'm going to try to incorporate that a bit. See what we can get here with like a... I want to be a little careful with the mouth because again, it's like the easiest part to ruin a character. I don't know why, it just seems to be. Just get a little bit of the detail there. And I'm going to move her fingers a bit different from what I had before. Kind of want both hands interacting with the object, even if it's only very slight. And I'm just trying to make sure that the fingers look okay. I might do something where I'm still trying to... Alright, this is knuckle, knuckle, knuckle. Trying to not make it look too awkward. Maybe I should have roughed that out a little bit nicer before. Something like that might be okay. And I feel like this arm is a little bit long compared to where the waist would be. Because if the... What can you guys see? Where is it cut off? I guess it's okay where it cuts off. I might trim that down just a bit, because this matches, but this doesn't, and that might be a perspective thing, but I'm just gonna shorten it up just a little bit, just to make it flow a little nicer. So you're using the 3D model as a guide. You're never really going to use it as like a one-for-one thing. I wish I could get myself to default more to this pencil, but I'm so used to using the harsher pens. Might have to change that at some point. I'm just gonna get the fingers in here really quick. And I think what I want to just try improving on as we go is flow and accuracy. So I really want to be able to sketch a little bit nicer as we go. Right? Keep improving things as time goes on. So I know we've got the torso here. That's probably going to be clothing, so I don't have to worry too much about that. It should be good. Just make sure that we have a nice base to work off. Okay. And I think what I might try doing really quick is just sort of basing the... I don't know if this is gonna work, maybe it won't, but I'm just experimenting real quick here. Turn that down a little bit. And just get an easier to read shadow. Might not work, I'm not really sure. We're just trying things out and having fun, right? Don't mind the Russian. Alright, yeah, I apologize. I don't have a multilingual stream. There's gotta be a way that I can just... Alright, I'm just gonna have to get more used to using the pencil. That's fine. It's both what I expected and longer than I thought might be considered acceptable. In December, I need to force myself onto Clip Studio over Photoshop. I keep defaulting to Photoshop for familiarity. I definitely understand that, yeah. I've been using Clip for a long time now, but I actually used to use Paint Tool Sci before then. So I definitely understand the whole switching over from familiarity thing. I don't think that the 3D models take that long to work with at all. It's just my unfamiliarity with it because it's, like I said before, like only my second, maybe third time using it, so I don't actually know. I think I might just want to sort of soften her hands up entirely here without making it look too awkward. I'm definitely going to clean this. I know that that's not how hands look. Just sort of playing around with things. And then, let's get the actual design here. You know, all of the clothing that she's known for and everything. Hair, hairstyle, all of that kind of thing. Is there a way that I can... No, I can't figure out the settings right now, but at some point I'm just going to reset things so that I can use it. Oh, you know what? I can cheat. I'm gonna cheat real quick. I will do this really quick. I'm gonna duplicate this. And I'm just going to put my pencil where my pen is. And then either way I flip is going to be the same thing. Haha, that works. Alright, that works for now. Awesome way to cheat the system. Alright. Just want to get her base of her hair here. Yeah, she seems like she's kind of, people make a lot of jokes about the, ahoge, so I might shrink this down so that they can be more visible. Which is why I do this thing with the canvas where it crops here, but I can still go beyond it. Just in case I need to be able to, draw through, as they call it. There we go. I'm in a group where like 4 languages are spoken interchangeably. It's mayhem. Oof, it sounds like mayhem. I really want to do some dedicated art learning in December once writing month is over. I think Clip Studio would be a better program for me if I could force myself into familiarity with it. Well, Roan, you know, I'm always happy to help you with anything Clip Studio related. I feel like I've gotten very comfortable with the program at this point, and I sort of know where to manipulate it, if that makes sense. Although, you know, there's also different things I learn every single day. I was trying to crop some of the work I did for the Halloween assets at one point, and I couldn't figure out why one file was huge and the other file was tiny, despite them being, like, the same object. And then I learned that when you crop the canvas, for example, if you don't delete everything else in the canvas, it doesn't actually crop what you have. Like, you'll have your cropped part, but if you have a bunch of stuff going here and a bunch of stuff going here, and you're only seeing this actually doesn't go away. It stays there, which is really nice because you don't accidentally destroy something that you might have needed later. But it makes your file size huge because it's still keeping the data. So I'm always learning new things about the program, but I'd say I have a fairly good grasp if you ever want to ask any questions about it or anything. I just downloaded Inkscape to my aunt's computer. She likes cutting shapes with a Cricut machine and SVG's work. Ooh, nice. So you're gonna be doing, like, vector work? I personally can't get myself to understand vector, but if you have a cutting machine, that definitely makes it more fun, for sure. Alright, try to get serious here and actually pay attention to what I'm doing instead of, like, casually scribbling. That's what I feel like I'm doing, is just casually scribbling at the moment. Need to get a little bit more serious here. Alright, we've got a cat bell. It's strange, she seems to have a lot of cat motifs, but doesn't have, Neko ears. So I'm not entirely sure what that's about. But definitely lots of cat motifs going on here. Alright, I need to squish the canvas. There's so much detail happening in the corner. Grab everything here. So I can just squish this down a little. Actually, yeah, I'm gonna show everything, and then it'll be more of a top-down view, which is nice. I feel like my work can be more interesting if I get more used to using a pencil brush over the sort of thick, heavy stuff that I've been using. It just kind of adds, like, you know, traditionally, it kind of adds the same feeling of a pencil. Makes everything feel a little bit more organic. I think it's a nice effect. Alright. At this point, I'm just sort of copying from her 3D model, which isn't too interesting, so I'm going to try to break away from that just a little bit. It's about the casual scribble at light speed. I think I opened Pandora's box. You're sure to pester me for help? Yeah, go ahead, pester me for help. I'm happy to help with Clip Studio. It's actually, like, kind of disturbing how loyal I've become to it for no reason other than I really like using it. So all the changes that people freak out about, I'm, like, defending. Because I'm just, like, I don't like defending any subscription program, but Clip Studio has given people updates for free for, like, the past 10 years. So I'm like, yeah, I think they deserve to move out of that just a little bit. You know? Because they're saying, like, oh, they're becoming the new Adobe, and I'm like, they're a really weak version of Adobe then, if that's the case. Alright, she's kind of got, like, this nice little collar piece here. I need to strengthen the shoulders. I think the 3D models don't have the strongest shoulders. They kind of slope down a little bit. Alright. And then this is gonna be a little bit tricky because I just chose someone with a really difficult outfit, apparently. Got the lace here. And then I'm not happy with that hand. I'm definitely gonna have to fix that hand later. Get the bow on here. I think we're making all right time for the most part. I'm sort of trying to watch the clock and make sure I'm not focused on any one area. I also wrote myself some notes on how I wanted to handle this painting compared to the last one, because I actually learned a lot doing the last one that I wouldn't have really noticed. So, for example, like, doing the details in the face first if you're going to be spending time there, because that's what people notice the most. Or, what was another one? Being a little bit looser with the rendering. This is a big one, because I wasn't supposed to be doing a full piece. And what else? There were probably more. I just can't think of them at the moment here. I have no issue with CSP's changes. They seem fair and reasonable. Thank you. Yeah, people are just getting all up in arms about it. And it's like, I don't think they're really being fair to the program that has given free updates for a decade. Alright, how am I going to do this one? I thought of some sort of system where a physical paper sketchbook is placed on top of a table that has magnets placed— wait, I'm gonna have to read that 3 times. A system where a physical sketchbook is placed on top of a table that has magnets randomly placed on it, and then your pen or pencil is magnetized, so when you're drawing, your pen will randomly be grabbed and pulled up the wrong direction, messing you up. Why would you want to invent that? I'm confused about that one. I don't quite understand that. Alright. Alright, I have a bunch of references of Sakura Miko here, and I'm just trying to make sure I understand how her sleeves are. And I probably don't know enough about the traditional sleeves she has. So I'm not sure if these are right yet. People always get nervous about change and expect the worst when companies like Adobe are doing what they do. I suspect once CSP's changes hit, folks will be fine. Yeah, probably. For maximum inconvenience? I think artists suffer enough as it is. Why do we want maximum inconvenience? Why would that help anybody? Today's the day she is back, Mariah Carey. November 1st, you gotta play Mariah Carey? Is that the deal? What is going on with these sleeves? I am struggling. I think what I'm looking at is would probably be off canvas. How is this gonna crop? It's gonna crop very awkwardly. Hang on. I think this is a better... Sorry, chat. I'm still, like, doing my best to comprehend, how these work. I think it works something like this. It might not be 100%, it might not be 1-to-1 accuracy, but... You know, this is only our, what, second time doing one of these, so... We're doing our best here. Trying to do my best to make it work. Alright. I think that should hopefully be alright. It still feels a little bit stiff. Maybe if we move it around a little bit. Maybe if we just sort of give it a little bit more movement, right? That might work a little bit nicer. Maybe not that much. Maybe that's a little intense. So the one thing that is kind of tricky with these speed paints is you not only have to work on trying to render it in a limited time, but you also have to work on trying to establish everything else in a limited time. So I'm trying to make sure that I'm drawing the clothing right, and figuring that out before I even start the rendering, which adds an extra layer of complexity to the project. But it's a really good exercise, that is for sure. I'll threaten Santa's elves if Christmas is mentioned before the 12th. Why? Wait, what? The 12th of November or the 12th of December? I think you have to clarify a bit there. Some VTubers are already tweeting about Christmas. Guys, I'll let you in on a little secret. I have already been, working on the Christmas assets, so it would make sense that some of us need to think a little bit ahead, you know? Alright, okay. Wait, I think I'm actually making a hand that I don't hate. Alright. We can go with that for now. November. I don't care after the 13th of November. Working on the assets is all well and good. Alright, that's good to hear. That's good to hear that I won't tick you off. That's the thing though, because like a lot of people, this is what I was saying one other stream is like, I don't want to stream making assets if they're for like a holiday that people don't want to hear about too early, because if you're working in the, like, the design industry or something, you're thinking about the work for Christmas in last July. So, it's, you know, I know that I want to be working on things ahead of time, but I don't know if it's something that I should stream, so that I don't make anyone angry. Alright, how does her chest, this is very high on her waist, isn't it? That's fine. Yeah, I've got a fun idea for the winter ones that I'm not ready to talk about yet, but I'm hoping it'll work out if I can figure out how to execute it properly. This doesn't work like a Hello Kitty bow. This falls down. This has more gravity to it. Okay. Hang on. Let me try redoing that. Let me try redoing that. It's a very large bow, but it is very pulled down by gravity. And then it's got these big pieces here. Should I just crop that? How far do these fall? No, they're actually pretty close to her. Alright, let me just quickly adjust these bows. Make sure they look okay. Maybe actually squish this up a bit more, just so there's enough to work with. And then we've got Sakura charm here and a petal, and it looks like these are pins. They just sort of hang off the end. Some people in my neighborhood set Christmas decorations in July to make people mad. It's supposed to accept Google Drive according to the Automod. It's a Google Doc. What? I refuse my link. Oh, that is strange. Google Drive should work. I will check that out later. Yeah, no, I'll definitely check that out later. It should work. I should have Google Drive, OneDrive, and Dropbox all allowed. Want to use the assets? Can't wait for Christmas? Yeah, I'm pumped. I'm excited. I don't have, I actually still have a lot to do technical-wise. I don't know, I'm debating if I should stream them or if I want to make them surprise, because, like, when they're released, they're going to be a surprise. So, I'm debating if I want to give you guys the sneak peek. I don't know if you would want to be surprised as well, so maybe I'll leave that up to you guys, what you would prefer. I don't know, I think I'm at the point where I'm really, early in all this. sort of like, viewer and standing wise, so that can probably go either way and it won't really matter too much. Make sure that that's about in the middle. I feel like this isn't high enough, is it? How would this... Oh, because there's a twist that I completely ignored. I destroyed the twist I had. Alright, hang on. I wasn't following the model, and I broke the pose a bit. Yep, I broke the pose. Hang on a sec. I was trying to be cocky, and thinking, like, oh, I don't need the model anymore, I'm good. I don't need it, I can draw without it, and I got cocky. Alright, let's see if I can fix this. I got too overconfident. This has much more of a curve to it, based on the angle. Oh, I'm gonna have to pay for this. I've got to figure out how other people seem to be able to do this so quickly without making dumb mistakes. Everything's just very, very fluid. That's what I want to learn to improve on, is that fluidity. Of just being able to, like, quickly sketch something and it seems right out of the gate. Just gonna shift this over a little bit. I think I need to change the perspective a little. There we go. And then just shrink this a bit and make it a little higher. No, it's actually still very large. Probably don't even need to shrink it, but the perspective change for sure. Yep. There we go. Definitely perspective change. There's a difference between I'm making Christmas stuff in time for Christmas and the corporate buy Christmas stuff before the holidays are done. Okay, yeah, that's fair. The prep work's understandable. It's the veteran in me that has a problem with people getting excited for the holidays immediately after Halloween. Alright. Yeah, that makes sense. It's weird, like, you want to be excited when you're making Christmas stuff, but no one else is going to be excited. So it's like, it's kind of strange. I don't know. Okay, I don't want to keep noodling with this too long because I do realize that we have to start moving along in order to not get tied down to whatever we are doing. Let me just figure out what else is on her design. I'm definitely not gonna get this perfect. I love her color scheme, but her design isn't easy because I don't have a lot of experience drawing traditional kimono-inspired outfits. Not yet, anyway. Alright. That's looking better. This is starting to feel better. It's still probably going to be a little bit off, but it's definitely nicer than it was before. And she has a little bit of a cat charm here. Barely gonna be visible, but especially with the fish fin in the way. But that's okay. And then she's got these tassels here, so there's supposed to be like a Sakura flowers here. And then little tassels that hang down. What else am I forgetting? There's a red ribbon here. I want to bring up her shoulder a little bit more, so it's a little more lively. That's better. And alright, that's gonna be her skin is showing here. I think that's better. And her hair needs to be a lot thicker, because you see how it's like really, really close to her face right now? This line right here that I have where you can see the 3D model. There's not enough space to show the thickness of her hair. So what we're going to do is we're just going to liquefy that, and we're just going to push that up a bit more so that it's further away from her face. And then we're going to slim down her actual face just a little bit. So that's one thing you really want to keep in mind with the 3D model, is drawing the hair high enough. And then we also have a bit of a top-down view, so we're going to see a bit more of the back of her head as well. And I want to try adding a little bit more artistic flair to this hair, because I'm following the 3D model pretty much to a T at this point, and I want to be a little more inventive with it. Which will probably come through once we're done with all the sketchy stuff going on here. And I'm actually going to break the canvas a bit again and make something that kind of goes down and around, which is just going to look a little bit more interesting, I think. And focus a bit on the hair here again. And I want to place her eyes because her hair might be covering it a little bit too much. So I just want to get the placement in there before I get too far in. I'm just gonna save this because I don't think I've saved yet. Make sure that is all set to go. I'm still adamant that Halloween and Christmas are one holiday and are not separate. Sometimes it feels like that, right? But very, very different use of giving things to people, right? I expect the answer to how others do is probably a bit more practice and experience, which is what you're getting by sharing these streams with us. Yeah, that's exactly what it is, really. It's like, I can fully admit that I don't have as much practice with humans as a lot of other artists do. So I am playing a bit of catch-up, and I am sort of learning a bit more as I go with it, but I definitely think that I am much further along than I used to be, because I wouldn't have even known, like, how to set up the hair at all before. That was always something that eluded me. I definitely couldn't understand how anime faces were structured for the most part. Like, there's definitely a lot that has changed, in less than a year, I want to say, honestly. But I know that I'm a little bit behind, so I am using this to catch up, so to speak. And then her eyes, I'm just gonna put on a separate layer in case we need to move them around like we did last time. And one of the reasons that I really wanted to work with the pencil brush is because I want to try to make the eyes a little bit more detailed and sketchy. I think before what we did was very graphic and CGI looking, and I want to do more of the delicate style that I've seen from others. I really want to try incorporating that delicate look more. So I'm going to try to do something a little bit different than what we had beforehand. If possible. We'll see. We'll see how it works. I want to also go back in and fix the hair a little bit more. I'm going to hide the shading. I don't think I really need it at the moment. And her hair kind of comes from the back here. And lets her ears show a bit more, which is actually really unusual for anime characters. A lot of time they have ears hidden behind their head. But her ear is very visible. Back to the eyes a bit. Change things up and move them around a little. If the hair is like making a weird tangent, I can just sort of grab a big chunk of that and move it. So that we don't get strange tangents, because you guys know how I feel about that. There we go. That's looking nicer. Let's see here. I want to work with some of the... Yeah, more delicate looks that I've seen people playing with. It's definitely a more popular look as of late. It kind of has more of a fairy tale vibe, if that makes sense. Which kind of goes along with how I want to portray my work a bit. So I definitely want to try improving in that area. And again, you know, with anime, the eyes are such a critical part of the piece, so making something a little bit more delicate and fairy tale-like, I think could really add a lot. Need to go do weird alien things now? Alright. Have fun, weird alien thing. Thank you for stopping by. Your streams are so good for me, I finished my writing for the day and was gonna game. Because you're arting, I'm gonna carry on with one of my scenery pieces instead. So my streams keep you in check, Roan. Well, I hope you're still getting time to relax as well. Without knowing your background as I do, I would have never known that humans are harder for you than anthros, because you've become good at both. Really? I'm really glad to hear that, thank you. My merch from Marnock is coming very soon in a few days. Nice, Sea Hero. I'm very happy to hear it. I think you've gotten good into humans fast as you have, because you have an excellent understanding of form and adjustments. Maybe. I don't know. I think it's been a long journey. But I've had certain situations that have really allowed me to experiment more than I would have thought that I could have. I was given some opportunities that really allowed me to sort of push faster than I would have normally been able to. Okay, let's see if we can get something here. See, I'm thinking with this pencil fairy tale look, the eyes are not going to feel as soulless when I'm in the middle of working. I think her mouth needs to be higher too. So I'm going to fix that. Let me just check things. I'm gonna make this a little bit bigger. Maybe a little bit further away. It's a bit hard to tell with this style, I think. Alright, that brings it up to the same level, which is good. And... yeah, I think I need to bring up the mouth a little bit, because it's a little too close to her chin, especially since, you can see on the 3D model, we sort of simplified the... we made the face rounder, so we brought the chin up a little bit more. So I'm just going to... how should I do that? I'll make the fish a little bit bigger. She gets more food that way. Just a little bit. There we go. Increase the size of the fish. And then I'm sort of like, do you see what I'm saying? Like, I'm sort of ignoring where this pointier chin is, because she actually has a very round face. And I also want to make sure that I'm keeping in line with the direction. So the point is actually going to be behind where the fish is. I'm following the 3D model in that sense. I think I still definitely need to use the 3D models at the moment just to sort of establish more of my ground. But I'm hoping I'll be at the point where it's not as necessary. But even so, I do see some very, very professional artists still using 3D models simply just to increase their speed. You know? Simply just to speed up the workflow. They do keep me in check. I'll relax today when Aiden is home and play some V Rising. Alright, sounds good. Save that. And focus a little bit more, just sort of wanting to sketch out the eye a little bit. Seeing what we can do to make it not as scary, I suppose. Even if I paint over this, it helps to just, I just want to sort of try having a bit more of a base. Bit more of a base to work from here. Now when I'll actually feel like I've understood what I'm trying to study is when I'll be able to do this with like, you know, straight with pen or something. Then I'll feel like I'm in a good place. The nose can probably go up a little higher. Yeah, just a little bit. I want to still make sure that the eyes are okay where they are. I think it's a little hard to tell still. I might round this out just to show a little bit more, or not round it out, what's the word? Might flatten it a bit, I suppose. There we go. I think that's definitely feeling more delicate than the one that I had before, which was more based on like a cell shading style that you might actually like try to study for a more TV anime look, whereas this time I'm trying to do something much softer, you know? Aqua the Sprite, thank you so much for following on Twitch. Hello, hello. I hope you're having a fantastic day so far, and thank you. I'm gonna try bringing this up a little bit more. Switching this around. I think actually where I had it was okay. These always seem to be fairly far apart, but I think maybe this needs to be just slightly further away. Yeah. I don't know, anime eyes are pretty far apart sometimes. I think that's good. We are still... I think we're making good time, but it's a little hard to tell. I think what we're going to do now is underneath. I don't need the model anymore, right? Yeah, we're totally good without the model. Awesome. Always good to see. Always good to hear. I'm still going to keep the eyes separate just in case. I'm going to make a new folder, and I'm going to call it color. And because I'm doing more of a painterly thing, I'm still gonna separate some things, but probably not others. Let's see. Start with a skin tone here. See if I can actually pick it up. Still trying to figure out good skin tones. And we're just gonna base that in there. Or, actually, real quick. Hide this. Pick something very apparent. And then go around the whole thing, with like a pen. Something fast, you know? Where we can really see that we're getting on all the edges. And then we will just lock it and replace the color after, so that we can make sure that even if it's really rough like this, we're still getting all of the points down. You know, just so there's not too much emptiness, I suppose. I don't really know how to explain it. I don't know how to explain what I'm thinking. I'm trying to avoid gaps in the painting, basically. I just remember that being a prerequisite for my cartoon artist workshop course from many, many moons ago, understanding how the balloon that is the head is angled and facing is always important. Understanding how the head is angled and facing is always important, along with the basic shapes for the limbs. Skipping those steps because you got a pre-posed bottom layer mannequin would easily cut minutes off the drawing time. Yeah, for sure, for sure. Because, that's basically it, right? Like, what I'm using the mannequin for is taking the simple shapes and just making sure that they're angled the way I need them. So, what I could basically do is just grab some polymer clay and just smash some ovals together, and then just take a photo of that. It would give me the exact same effect. I mean, not the exact same, the mannequin is clearly more optimized, but it would give me a very similar effect because I really just, it's the angle and the lighting that speeds up everything, right? So that's pretty much it. You're just like, I mean, I've done studies of cubes, just take a wooden cube and focus on how it's moving, all that kind of stuff. I'm not going to be as careful with the hair because I think I want that to be a bit softer. I don't need it to be as perfect with these lines, so I think I'm actually going to switch to some softer brush here. And just sort of like make sure that I'm at least in the ballpark. And if I want to focus on painting away from that later, I can. I'm just sort of getting the basic shapes here. I'm definitely going to be cleaning this up anyway, but always helpful to create a base here. I definitely really want to start doing commissions for these faster done on stream pieces as soon as I have a little bit more experience with them. because they're very satisfying, and I really like how it doesn't have to be a super clean finish, but it's just, it gets all of the story points across, you know? And it can still be very effective with how you do it. And I've seen some artists who that is their finished style, and it looks phenomenal when they do it, so I think that's something I might want to do. But I know that I have to open for Baka Doodles at some point first instead, because that's what people want more. For anyone who doesn't know what I'm talking about, I've done silly, like, 1-hour comics in weird situations with multiple people before, and that seems to be a more popular thing. We have to figure out where the fish comes into play. I think that this gets erased. There we go. It makes more sense. Something seems fishy about this? Really? Gosh, no, I don't think so. I wonder why. I really want to try taiyaki at some point. It seems like it would be really good. I know I've seen taiyaki ice cream, but I wanted, like... I don't know, I'm just curious. Have any of you guys had it before? And did you like it, if so? Just to clarify the method, after sketching, you paint it over with a base color? Yeah, exactly. So I'm sketching it out, I'm painting it over with a base color, and then I have another layer here that, so I've got my sketches here. This is, the eyes, I think. This is the main piece, and then this should be the eyes. I don't know why it's not. This is the eyes. I think this is a color layer. We've got the eyes and the sketch, and I could honestly keep them together, it wouldn't really matter. And then I've got the color underneath, and I do my base color here, and then with the red line, that means it's locked, and then I have my skin tone. And then I'm going to keep adding layers as I work with the, different clothing. The different colors in the clothing. My comic idea sounds like me when I come up with artwork. Yeah, it's like, it's pretty much that, except it's less refined. It's less, story-driven, let's say. So, like, see here, when you come up with art ideas, you kind of have, like, a vision for how the characters are going to be interacting in a certain story beat. And the Baka Doodles are more like, this character went, what have I done for Baka Doodles? This character throws this thing at another character. How does the other character react? Like, it's that stupid. But they're really fun, and I like playing with people's facial expressions in them. So yours are more narrative-driven, I want to say. I think that would be the best way to put it. I mean, they're all... Okay, I take it back. The whole point is that the Baka Doodles are narrative-driven, but they're goofier narrative-driven. I don't know. Maybe that makes sense, maybe it doesn't. I'm not sure. I need to confirm something. Am I streaming for another hour or so? Yes, indeed, I am. There's 2 flavors, Azuki bean paste or cream. Ooh, nice. I late, but I hear. Hello, hello, Vessa. It's lovely to see you here. Guys, I'm not gonna lie, I'm really excited about these eyes. It's definitely a direction that I want to be going. Okay, what other colors do you have? Well, okay, the hair would probably actually help. What is this? Kind of peach colored? Can't quite tell. It would probably help if I did the background first. I don't know. This probably needs to be a bit darker and more saturated. That'll work as a good base for now. So I'm just trying to sort of get the base colors everywhere here. What else am I missing? I think I'm going to have to put the... Yeah, clothing is going to go under the hair. And then... What else? Let me just throw in the white. Seems to be a base for the clothing. As long as I can avoid the skin as well. Actually, wait. Yeah, I'll just make it under the skin. That'll work. So I'll just say base clothes here. These are all gonna be merged, so I'm not too worried here. I'm gonna boot up the Switch and clear up the island as a friend wants to visit, and it's a mess. Typical male Animal Crossing island. I think that could be typical Animal Crossing island for any of us, frankly, if we haven't kept up with it enough. How do I want to do this? Do I want to go dark to light or light to... Hang on. I used to know how to handle figuring this out. Alright, yeah, it's light and then dark. And erase to show the light. Okay, got it, got it, got it. Got it, got it. We are good. So this is all going to be, like, almost white. And I'm just adding a little bit of a pink tone for interest. And then we'll add the detail in the clothes, which is going to be... What do we have? Got a tiny bit of red. And where else does the red repeat? We've got a little bit of red here. A little bit of red on the collar. I'll talk later. Bye for now. Alright, Sea Hero, thank you for stopping by. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. I'm trying to think. There's so many variants of color here. There's like a dark red, and then there's a maroon, and then there's like... It kind of switches up. Something like this, I suppose? And... Is that all the red? It's hard to tell what's red and what's pink. Because it's like a dark pink. It's reds and dark pinks. And they're really close to each other. And personally, I probably wouldn't have done that, but that's just me. And it looks like even the fan artists aren't entirely sure either, because some people are drawing them all the same color and some people are separating them. I'm gonna make this a tiny bit pinker, because it seems that this sort of goes in that direction. And then I'm just gonna call this red, and I'll call this dark pink, I suppose. Yeah, there's a lot of weird color play going on here. It's always fun with Bakadoodles having the one character play the... What? Don't know what that means. Hang on, I'm just catching up with chat over here. I detected an attempt at Genshin styling. Really? Is that what you would call it? Genshin styling. Huh. I think that the look was around before Genshin. Also, I got this hair color really off. Wow. Shoot. Hang on one sec. Seems to be much closer to pink. It needs to be lighter, but more saturated. I need to focus on where the light parts are gonna be. That should be about right. Yeah, that was really off. Okay. What was I working with before? I'm gonna say this is the hair. Dark pink. What do we have for dark pink? I haven't changed the color yet. Okay. It's more like a maroon? Yeah, something like this, I think. I'm just gonna throw this in. I think we are still making good time. I'm not being too worried about the specifics, because anything I don't like, I can just paint over later here. If I was thinking about the order, to erase a bit of the skin so that the other color can show through. Come on. I think that works a little bit nicer. Am I painting on the wrong layer? I totally am, aren't I? Awesome. Okay. We love that, don't we? We love painting on the wrong layer. This is good. So far, so good. There we go. I told you, bro. I told you about layers. Is that a Homestuck reference? God. All layers are valid. Yeah, they're valid in the right order. It's less about creativity, more a process of learning what items look good together. Also, hello, Aqua. I'm curious. How'd you find the stream? I'm always curious to ask people. This reminds me of a comic of Ariel and Little Mermaid complaining about being stuck in a pink dress with red hair. There you go. What did I do to... Okay. Alright. I think I get it. That should be good. What other parts are red, pink here? Pink, red? I can't tell anymore. The flowers aren't pink, but I'm gonna paint them in just to separate things a little cleaner. And then just add a bit of trim here. The trim is probably what's gonna take some time just to separate nicely. This is all hidden. There should be skin tone here, pink here. Hello, hello, nice to meet you. I apologize, I don't think I can read your name, but welcome in. I just now realized that these bows have tassels, and I didn't, or not tassels, end pieces. They have end pieces that I forgot to add. And this is a locked layer. Alright, okay, fine, be that way. Be that way then. Then we'll do it like this, or something. And then we can just sort of shove it in there. There we go. Good enough. It works. And what else? What else? What else? The inside is pink. Okay, good to know. I know I'm missing other details, I just can't think of what they are at the moment. These hairbands are pink, I believe. Can I do that, or is the hair in the way? The hair is in the way, okay. That's fine, they're tiny, and I'll just paint them over later. It's fine, no big deal. But I am going to paint in the bell here, so I don't lose that. And then... what else am I missing? I'm sure I'm missing a bunch of other stuff. Alright, let's just put the charms here for now. And then put a belt under it. Or a bow. Not a belt, a bow. Eyebrows? We need eyebrows? Yes, you are very right. I think this is the second time that I have forgotten the eyebrows. Why do I keep doing that? You're very right, thank you. Oh my goodness. Okay, alright. I don't know why I keep doing that. Thank you very much. I appreciate that a lot. I don't know why. Second time doing it. Trying to make them delicate and slightly failing. Alright, thank you, Murdoch. I'm not sure what to say about that, but thank you. It freaks me out. I'm sorry. I'm still trying to figure out my process, you know? I'm still learning here. What did I have? I had a bow here, right? There we go. Actually, you know, it's funny you say that because, last stream was a lot worse. I think this time I'm doing a pretty good job keeping things fairly neutral looking. And last time there were a lot of moments that were much more creepy and uncanny valley. So this stream I think is going fairly well compared to last time. For anyone who was there and got to see me struggling, make things not look absolutely terrifying. Oh, there's little, oh, there's cat paws on the bow. I didn't realize that's what they were. Oh, that's really cute. I really like that. That's sweet. I like that. But yeah, before it was, much more in the Uncanny Valley. Much more. I need to change the size of it to fit these paws here. And that I'll have to size around later, I suppose. Last stream was great because we watched Terror become beauty. Very fitting for Halloween, I suppose, right? Very, very fitting for spooky month at the time. Yeah, I can't disagree with you there, honestly. I cannot disagree with you. That was interesting. That was definitely terror. I will definitely agree on the terror part of it. We've got this tiny little streak of green, but it's real. There's like nothing else green besides her eyes, so I'm just gonna keep that on the same layer as the red. Because they're just gonna be like painted together anyway. And it's not that Christmassy looking, it's more lime. There we go. I'm gonna do a quick save. Haven't saved in a while. And last thing is to put in the taiyaki. I keep wanting to say takoyaki, but I know that that's a completely different food. I think that that should be good. The dead fish eyes. The dead fish eyes. Yeah. Yeah. Basically. Alright, I'm gonna erase a bit of this so that we can get the bell in here. Yeah, the bell, the bow, and the necklace all have that same bit of yellow. Oh, and there's also details on here. Are you kidding me? There's so many little details. So many little tiny detail on the bow too. Vicious taiyaki? No, unless I'm pronouncing that wrong, but yeah. No, I get the difference. I end up thinking of two different things. Oh, I missed the first message. I always forget what the fish thing's called and want to call it takoyaki. Yeah, exactly. Okay, I think we're good. And what I'm going to do next, let's also just throw in a quick, eye color, even though I know I want to make that cleaner. I just want to get, like, a little bit of a base. Actually, here. I'm just gonna do eye white, eye iris. I don't just keep saying eye iris, I'll just say iris. And, pupils / whites. So that'll just be the highlight. So I'll just get the eye white in here real quick. Yeah, I think if I start with a sketch of the eyes, then I can avoid the really creepy part. Then I can avoid, scaring you guys. that's okay. I want to make sure it doesn't feel cross-eyed at all. It's feeling a little bit cross-eyed. There we go. There we go. There we go. It's pronounced like taiyaki? Alright. So I think that's what I was saying, right? Need more dark green? Do you mean on the eyes? This is just sort of the base, just to get my bearing. I know that I need to make the dark part that's going to be, like, across the whole front here, but I'm going to do that after establishing the rest of the colors. So the next step that I'm going to do is... Trust me, there's a method to my madness. I always have to... I have to clarify that sometimes. There is a method to the madness. Believe it or not. Sometimes it's, easier not, but just, you know. Try and trust me on this one. Okay, so the next step here is going to be a multiply layer, and not in a... That's not the right mood I want, so I'm gonna change the color. Something a little more... less saturated. There we go, that's better. Something a little bit of a warmer tone. That should be good. And then what we're going to do is hide the color layer. I'm gonna save where I'm at. This is where I'm starting to add a little bit more of the, what would you call it? The ambiance? I'm gonna forget it like the eyebrows? No, I promise I won't. Because the eyebrows are just, like, two, like, small little short lines, but the eyes are something that I need to be painting anyway, so it's gonna be, like, part of the process. I'm doing my best. I'm attempting to do my best here. Alright. I want to do a little bit of a... I want to do two things, I think. One is make sure that it's cropped to the card inside. There we go. And then sort of do something where I'm playing a bit with the branches. I can go really loose here because we're not going to be so crazy with it. Let's see how I want to do this. I can be very loose with it. But I want to try to establish a little bit of a base first. Alright. I'm adding the blue because it's going to be a very strong opposite to pink. And then I'm going to take something that is a little bit more brush-like. And try doing something a bit rough and quick here. I would actually probably benefit from a textured brush. Let me see if I can find one really quick. Because if we're doing something like tree leaves, texture brush is actually going to be much more accurate to the look we want. So like a rough wash might be good. Let me get away from these artificial looking things. See what I'm saying? Like, having a little bit to play with here. This actually might be potentially too strong with how it keeps... How dark does that get? Yeah, that's gonna be too strong. I don't want a wash, really. I want, like, a... See if I have anything that's not, like, a fur, not an eraser. Texture dry? Would that work? Yeah. Just a nice texture brush is good. See, it makes things feel a little bit more fluffy. It makes things feel a little bit more, more organic. You don't have to use, you know, all these crazy brushes. You know, there's no requirement in art to using brushes like this. It just sort of, again, it's another thing where it just sort of speeds up your workflow a little. But there's plenty of times where people can just use straight hard brushes. It doesn't really determine things so much, you know? Not as much as people sometimes think, I think. Just seeing how I want to do this. We're looking down, so I want to be mindful of the angle here. I don't want it to look like we're looking up at these. I just sort of want it to be rough in the background. If that makes sense. And I'm actually debating how much I want to be able to show the trunks. If I'm thinking about the trunk here. I'm getting a little thrown off by the perspective. Give me a sec here to orient my brain a bit. Ah. Alright, if I have things in the distance, that'll probably be easier. And I think I'm just gonna sort of soften this up and play along with the textures mainly. I think it's mainly going to end up being a texture game here. Point Loyal, hello, hello! How are you doing today? I hope everything is going well. I appreciate you stopping in. Yeah, I'm not gonna be super accurate here, so I think I'm just gonna sort of get the feeling of it, getting the overall element. And I want to change the color to be a little stronger. Good, just finished drawing? Oh, what were you working on? Also, I think that's a good reminder. If anyone wants to, I have an art-focused Discord server. If you guys want any blah, blah, blah. Not good at my own elevator pitch. If you guys want stream updates, stream alerts, and if you are an artist, you can post your own work, and we love to see pieces that other artists do, or if you are just an art appreciator and like seeing the work of others, then feel free to come along. We would love to have you. I think I want to start using less of the rounds in here and really go for something more. I think I want to go with something a bit more dreamy feeling. Yeah, I'm not sure I'm liking this yet. What? That doesn't work. What if I just duplicate that? Would that give me something interesting here? If I just sort of... What if I do that? And then just play around with... At this point, basically what I'm just trying to do is give it a feeling of... just environmental variation, you know? So you don't really need to see the detail of the tree, but just the fact that there's like a tree that's there is probably good enough. And then I might texture around it again, make something that's a little bit more in the front. Maybe something a little bit more like at her eye level. Might go with something a bit more pastel, actually. I'm actually gonna hide this just so I can see what I'm doing for the moment. Or make it a little dark and then add lighter colors on top. I'm sure I could find easier ways to do this, but, you know, we're playing around, we're having fun. Background's not that important, the eyes, please. I'm just sort of, I'm doing the background at the moment just to get the idea down. Trust me, I will work on the eyes. Don't worry, I won't forget. If I forget to finish painting the eyes, chat, come up with something. If I forget to finish painting the eyes by the time the stream is done, what do I have to do? If I don't paint the eyes, if I just completely forget that the eyes have to be painted. Oh, Grendel. Grendel's gonna come up with something horrible, I know it. These are all terrible! You guys are awful! You guys are terrible! Jeez. I feel like I shouldn't have even asked that. You guys both know me too well and scare me, and, you know, all of the above, right? Ugh. It's not a punishment if it isn't something you don't want to do. What if it's something that I want to eventually do, but I'm not ready to do? What about then? I know I asked for it, but I didn't expect them to be so, like, intense. Like, I kind of thought you guys would come up with something, like, a little more subtle. Or, not subtle, but, like, I don't know. I thought it was gonna be something, like, I don't know. I don't know what I was thinking. I don't know what I was thinking, but I wasn't ready for whatever you guys had planned, clearly. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. I don't know what you were thinking. I also don't know what I'm thinking. In fact, I'm not convinced I'm thinking in the first place. Hello, hello, Aiden. Welcome in. Also, I feel like I forgot to say goodbye to Roan. So I apologize. I hope you are both doing well. I think I got caught up in the... I don't know what I got caught up in, frankly. I need to learn a nicer way to do cherry blossom branches. I still don't quite have something down yet. Let me jump to something a little sturdier. Brush-wise. See, the thing is, like, I want to get a nice background, but I also don't want to fuss over it too much, so I think that if I just establish something quick now, then I will be good to go. You know what I mean? Alright, and we'll get, like, a little bit of a... We'll just quickly sort of round some of these out, give it a little bit of an outline, make it seem like there's, you know, some life there. She says over her dinner, oh, it's fine. Alright. I'm glad to hear that. Oh my gosh. Alright. Alright, see? I'm just sort of doing something very basic, very gentle feeling here. Something to sort of tie the piece down a little. And then I'll throw in some branches that are like, I don't know, sort of dispersed a little bit. I want to try going with something more like dreamy and pastel almost, so I'm seeing where that can go a little bit. I've seen it work in a few other pieces I've been inspired by, so I'm just sort of trying to take a little bit of inspiration there as well. I'm really enjoying this piece though. It has a very calming atmosphere that I like. Alright, and then where's the thing we were hiding before? Why don't we try doing this? Why don't we try giving that a darker element? We'll throw that on, probably not multiply, but something, no, not multiply. Something else, and then see if we can add maybe a little bit of a water wash. What would work here? Maybe not a water wash. Maybe I just want to go lighter with it, honestly. I don't know. Is that an eraser? I don't want to erase it. I want to... I thought I got rid of this. What if I did this? What if I had a little bit of a... just kind of playing around here a little. And then made this larger, take up more room. That might work nicely. That's fine. That's, for the most part, fitting everything in. Be hard to keep up with chat in the art streams. I appreciate that, thank you. Miko eating that cake for more than an hour? We don't try, we do. Let's be nice here, alright? Let's be nice. I'm doing this for fun, I'm doing this to entertain you guys. I'm doing this for my own learning. You know, let's be nice in here. I'm doing what I can, right? Actually, wait, what did I just have there? Oh, it looked good at one point. There we go. There we go. We can go back here. It's going to look nice, I think. Move this up. And I wanted to still give a little bit of our feeling here. I'm going to increase the saturation a little. Oh, not that much. The hair still doesn't feel like the right color, and I think that maybe this is not the right... Maybe this all just needs to be different colors. I think the hair needs to be more pink. Yeah, that's probably fine. And then the face can be a little bit brighter. There we go. That's good. And I'll use this as an eraser, and I've never done like a backlit piece like this, so I just want to try playing around a little. How do I want to... Trying to do something sort of soft and experimental here. How do other people seem to know how to do this so smoothly, so quickly? See, it's interesting how the light can really easily change the feeling of what you're doing. Can really sort of change the perspective of everything, which is the reason why I wait to do the eyes, because everything involving the highlight and shading all has to go together first. I think that will work, and the other thing is that I need to change this color, because that alone is going to create a huge amount of the difference in the feeling. If I lighten this, if I lighten all the line art, then it's easier to work with, easier to see, and easier to manipulate. Softens the whole piece. Just gonna save here, just because I don't think I have yet. And I think this is the point where I want to grab all of my color and grab the line art. Just for argument's sake, I might just make this green so that it's not so harsh. Let's grab... What do we have here? Is this anything, or is this an empty layer? I think that's an empty layer. We're going to grab all of these. Everything before the background. Throw that into another layer, just in case. Have a backup. Duplicate that. We're going to merge and flatten it. This is all now all in one layer, right? And then we're going to go to... I'm going to change the levels a bit. I'm going to push the saturation and the lightness slightly. Make something that fits the background a little bit more. And add a little bit more of a tonal curve if necessary. Maybe not. Maybe that's going to be a little too intense. There we go. Soften it from being a little too neon looking. I also realized that I need to make sure that I don't forget that this sash is actually more of a gradient right here. I'm just going to add a lighter color just so I don't forget that. Also, I should probably lock this so it doesn't disappear. So now I have to be careful because all of the lines and all of the color are all on one layer. Hello, hello, Has. How are you doing? It's lovely to see you here. For argument's sake, I'm going to do what I said I would do before, and I'm going to do this piece by focusing on the face first. And see if that gives me a little bit better result than last time. Alright, because last time I went from the bottom up, and I think it's better to go from the top down. So we established a lot of our light here. I want to sort of soften this. Now, normally if I was not doing speed paint type thing, if I was just doing this as a regular painting off stream, I'd probably be spending a lot more time experimenting with the color story. And I would probably be spending more time making sure that that was working well, but because I'm time limited, I'm just kind of going with what I have right now. Should I draw lipstick? I personally don't. Style-wise, I choose not to. I choose to make everything a little bit more, neutral. I know that other people do. That's just sort of my style preference anyway. I'm gonna try not to move the canvas too much because I am recording this, so I want to be sure that it's not gonna get messed up. I'm just kind of going to go around and clean up where all of these sketchy lines were. I still want to keep a few of them because I think that the texture it adds is really beneficial. But I just want to be careful with how I do it, you know? I'm also going to make sure that I'm adding strong highlights as well. This doesn't need to be locked. I'm kind of just going with the flow here. Keep up the good work. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Thank you, Lewis. Alright. I'm going to sort of go back and forth between a brush and a pen. Or, sorry, an eraser and a brush, and kind of go through different pieces, erase different pieces, if I want to make things more delicate or not. And again, I'm just sort of painting out all of the sketch lines. And I keep using the eyedropper tool so that I can grab the face color, grab the hair color, and sort of move between the piece back and forth. I'm going to highlight this before I forget. It's probably going to be a pretty strong highlight on the side here. How do I want to do this without destroying the background? And if you are following, if you're watching on YouTube right now, don't forget to subscribe to the channel or follow on Twitch, because I want to try and keep doing some of these industry VTuber pieces. So if you like what you see, I'm going to try and keep up with this style for a little bit, and we're probably going to be doing stuff like master studies and other fun things on stream, but I really want to work on developing these skills, so we're going to be doing a lot more pieces like this, I think. I think they really help with practice, where you want to try and get a finished piece done in a certain amount of time to just sort of be able to learn and then move to the next one. I think it's a really good subject for that. Also, Grendel, thank you for the Discord shout-out. I appreciate it. If you want to join an art-focused Discord or just get notifications on when I go live, the Discord channel is open. We have a lot of nice members in there, very silly stuff sometimes, but it's all good fun. And if you are an art appreciator and not an artist yourself, that is a-okay. We love having you in there anyway as well. I think that's working with the highlight. I want to make sure that I'm following the hair correctly here. And as you can see, I'm not being too careful on getting every line correct, because I do want to make sure that I can keep moving. You know, last time we took a bit of a long time getting to the end, so I want to try to cut that off, to cut the time. But I think we'll be able to, because there's not as much, really strangely refined things this time. There's not a ton of different gold that I have to worry about. No offense to Tokino Sora, but she's got a lot of little gold embellishments going on everywhere. I love the lime green eyes. Thank you, Grendel. How do I keep drawing inside the line art? Lasso tool? What do you mean by when I, inside the line art? I'm actually kind of just, creating the line art as I go, so I'm just sort of either making the brush really large, or making the brush really skinny. And I'm kind of painting the line art in, if that makes sense. It's a style called thick painting. And you kind of treat it more like an oil canvas. Who was the first corpo VTuber who I watched or initially got me into VTubing? I'm trying to think. I think Kizuna Ai was my first way of seeing, like, oh, this is possible to be able to show people who I am. But I kind of saw her and didn't, like, pay attention for a while just based on where I was at the time. And then I think I definitely looked at Korone for a bit, so I'm definitely going to be doing a stream of Korone at some point. And I also really like Hochima Suse. Butchered that name. Hochimachi Suse. Because I really like her story. How she was sort of able to get into Hololive as an indie and sort of keep the way that she looked. I think that's really interesting. Karna has the best one-liners to reference. True, true. Is she the, she was the one who said, I'm Dai, thank you, love you forever? That was Korone, right? Something like that, I can't remember it exactly. Alright, that's good enough for the... Good enough for the... charm there. To record it? I can't. I wouldn't know how. I would not be good at that, no. No, no, no. I love the UB line. That's the one thing that does make me slightly uncomfortable, is her desire to eat fingers. I don't know, that sort of scares me a little. That's the why. Thorn's not here, so you're trying to, like, fill in his place? Is that it? Gosh darn you. Why is it always Totodile? There are 3 starters, and it's always Totodile. It's not angry Totodile today? What do you mean? What do you mean it's not angry? Could have been bugged to do Sobble? I would have no idea how to do that. I have not seen Sobble enough in the anime. And I would assume that it would just be a crying mess. BRB got eclipsed. Darn you. By the way, I realized that, like, when you clip stuff just to, like, hear it back, like, if you miss part of the stream, and, like, apparently some people clip things because they didn't catch it in the stream, but even if you don't publish the clip, it still appears, on the person's channel. So I have just a bunch of random clips that don't really have anything other than what I assume is someone who missed hearing something. Twitch needs to work on that. It's such a weird design flaw. Has anyone else noticed that? Because I've definitely noticed that. I want to make sure that her neck is actually lining up with her clothing. That would be useful. Yeah, I don't know if anyone's noticed that, but it's like, if you're just clipping something to rewatch it, it, like, automatically gets uploaded. I think there should be an option, like, if Twitch doesn't have a way to rewind things, even if you just, like, cancel out of the tab without doing anything, it still makes a clip. It's weird. Then again, Twitch is just weird, period, so I can't say I'm that surprised. But, yeah. I don't know, has anyone experienced anything like that before? It's because Twitch kind of stinks in some ways and think they're the top dog in others. Yeah, true. It's like that, I don't know, that just seems like a pretty obvious flaw in their system. So I think, like, the majority of the clips on the channel just sound like someone who needed to repeat a line. Which, you know, it's fine. I'm trying to focus on the YouTube content stuff more, so. It won't clip, I'll have to hunt through the VOD later. Twitch, you're such a special platform, you know? Alright. I need to move a little faster. I want to try moving through the hair a little faster. Make sure we get that. Trying to get out all of the sketchy pieces here. Ah. What happened to my nice brush? There we go. Yeah, Twitch is just a weird system, though. That's for sure. Time to get ready for work. Hope everyone has a great day. Alright, Vessa, all the best with work. Hopefully it's a lot less, crazy now. But all the best. Weird is cool. In this particular case, it is not. In this particular case, I would say that weird is not cool. Because it's Twitch weird. So I'm gonna disagree with you just on this rare instance, Grendel. It's super boring, no one's ever there usually? Well, alright, hopefully that's a good thing. Hopefully super boring means, like, you can just be hanging out and getting stuff done all yourself and not have to worry about anyone else. That always sounds like a nice thing. Alright. I'm just sort of gonna paint out the hair here. Blip, 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 blip. There we go. Something kind of rough, but just helps us get the idea out, get the idea down. I'm trying to not make it look too strand-like because it can sort of mess with the delicacy of everything else. So, again, something to watch for. I love super boring at work. That's good. That's good. Alright. Figure out how to do her ears here. She does have like a tiny strand in front of her ear, which seems a bit strange, but it is what it is. I feel like I'm trying to make things soft, but there's still pieces that are a little too chunky, and it's ruining the effect I'm after. Trivia interrogation time? What are my favorite hair accessories? I pretty much just have my circlet. I don't know what else I would have. I mean, I could probably wear like a cute hair clip or something, I don't know. But mainly the circlet is what I wear, which is considered a hair accessory, I would say. Grendel, what kind of hair accessories would you wear? How about that? Why don't we flip this around a little? Have some fun with the Shadow Beast. Hats? Would that be considered a hair accessory? Wait, are hats considered a hair accessory? Or would that be like a... I don't know how the, I don't know what the criteria for that label is now. There we go. The right side hair needs to be smoother? I'm not really sure in which way you think. This whole thing is gonna be a speed paint, so it's not as clean as I would normally put into, like, you know, a 10-hour piece. The whole thing is a speed sketch study. So it's not gonna be, you know, a lot of things in this piece are not gonna be perfect if you want to look at it with a critical eye. Like, if I do open commissions for these are going to be a cheaper option, specifically because I wouldn't be paying as much crazy attention to all the detail. Like, there's an intentional point to that. You know? Also, some people like a very loose and rough style. Some people like styles that actually are very rough and painterly. I think I probably, refine things more than the average artist, actually, but I do want to get to the point where I do get more comfortable with keeping things looser, because I think there's a beauty on that, frankly, you know, if we want to bring up current events a little bit, is something that I think can separate artists from, like, AI or something. You really want a hand-done touch to things, you know? So even if something, you know, even if something doesn't look perfect, there's a humanoid element to it. Or, you know, demi-human in my case. But, yeah. There's a rawness to it that I think some people actually very much value. Actually, one of the artists who I've been very inspired by is named, what does she go by? What do they go by? I believe they go by Matcha. I don't know their whole username at the top of my head, but their work is very loose. And they have some of the best work I've ever seen, and I'm insanely inspired by it, and it's the art that was, I believe that artist was the one who got to do the art for, Holomyth's, non-fiction song. I believe that was Matcha, and they've been an insanely big inspiration to me lately. And their work is super loose and super painterly. Not at all refined, but the rawness of it is so powerful. Do I plan to celebrate Wolfenoot? I don't howl, but I could. I have wolf friends, so I wouldn't mind it. I'm actually going to use a selection tool just to get like a little bit of an extra shadow in here. That's nice, that's good. AI feels like it's all work by the same artist. Yeah, Murdoch's used one that's pretty unique, but I think it also has sort of like, I can tell where it's also taking its pieces from. Like, I kind of got like a familiarity with it, I suppose, but like Novel AI is, in my opinion, definitely trained from some of the more popular artists on Pixiv, and they all do have sort of a samey type quality to them. Oh, I was a little worried on time, but I'm actually doing better than I thought, so that's good. I think I definitely am moving across this picture faster than the previous one, which is good. That's what we want to be able to do, right? We want to be able to... I'm not saying that I'm trying to rush through it, but I want to improve the, I want to improve the clarity of it, I suppose? I'm not really sure how to explain it. I just... I value trying to get a little bit... Not faster, what's the word? Efficient. Efficient. I am working to increase efficiency. I think these pieces really help me do that. And I hope hope you guys, you know, if you guys are watching this and you're also artists, I hope there's something you can learn from it too. Or at the very least, you can see that art is not as fast as you might have thought. You know, if I can ever teach people that, then I always think that that's a really interesting lesson, right? If you usually don't see artists drawing in real time, then you can see how long it actually takes to create the pieces that you like and retweet on social media from different people. And of course, some people are definitely faster than me, 100%. But it gives you a nice average. So a good general idea, I want to say. Is Matcha the one who produces drawing, Run Person? I think I know who you do mean. I don't know their name, but I think I know the one you're talking about, where they did, like, the 100-day drawings. I think I was, looking at their work recently, I believe. If I am thinking of the same person. Which, yeah, that's also pretty insane. I was just watching a video about them recently. I forgot their name, though. But yeah, doing a drawing, like, doing a full painting every day is a really, really great way to improve your skill. Because the thing is, like, if you work on a really intense piece that takes you, let's say, 20 hours or so, you're learning from it. But you're not going on... There's a fine balance, I think, between, like, going on to the next thing and then using the speed to be able to get more done so that you can study more things in shorter time. Like, I think these are really good because they make me feel accomplished to have a piece that is done. And then when I can move on to the next one and apply different skills there. I kind of want to do this on a separate layer, just in case. Yeah, this is a harsh shadow. I think it deserves its own layer, just to get the... And I didn't actually make a new layer. Try that again. Good to notice now than later. I'm sure there's a bunch of different tricks that other artists use that I don't know of yet that would probably speed up the workflow. And eventually I will also learn those tricks. But for now, I'm working with what I know. And I'm teaching you guys what I know to the best I can. I think I might want to try and soften this a bit, and definitely increase the saturation. Might make a little bit of a darker, sharp line here, and then accent it with something much lighter so that the shadow is coming through easier. I think that that could be really useful. The one I'm fascinated the most is definitely I don't know if you're supposed to pronounce their name as Teleperte or Telepert, but I know who you're talking about. And yeah, their animations are crazy. They did a 365 on the animations? That's insane. I didn't know that. That's insane to do for animation in particular, much less, you know, just drawing. I had no clue. That's pretty dang impressive. I want to say it's Telepert, but I don't know. Thank you so much, Steve. Also, hello, hello. How's everything going? I hope you're doing well. Here's another thing that I haven't done before in my work is I haven't added, like, strands of hair in my pieces, and I know a lot of other people do, so I'm just experimenting a bit with that as well. Haven't done that before. I'm actually not sure if I like it across this main piece, though. That might be a little too much. Maybe it's okay if it's, like, kind of more in the same direction. I don't know. That's fine. That's fine. Where else do I need to focus? I will focus on the eyes. I just need to see if there's anything else to pay attention to. Because then I'm going to need to get going on the eyes, and then once I finish up the eyes, which I want to try to not spend too much time on, because I know eyes can take up a lot of time, but I want to get to the rest of the body as well. Doing good? I'm glad to hear it. I'm very glad to hear it. Illusions? What about illusions, Dolphin? I love talking about illusions. What kind of illusions are we discussing? Alright, we're gonna soften a bit of these, get all of that sketchy hair mess out of there. I actually shouldn't have painted this part in before because it would actually work better if it's just sort of loose single pieces. How did I set that up? I liked how I set that up before. Alright, this goes further down. And this goes around the edge. I almost feel like I liked it better before. No, it's pretty much the same, actually. Never mind. Sometimes I have to sort of double, triple check things and all that nonsense. I'm gonna go to dinner to see if I don't catch you again. Alright. Have a wonderful dinner, Grendel. think I went a little too textured on this strand. I probably could do better by not texturing that as strongly. And then I kind of want a little bit of an underglow, and I think I'll do that in just a sec. How long is her hair actually, though? This is about the right length, right? I think so. I think this is more or less the right length. I want to make sure that we're at least in the ballpark, you know? That should be good. And then, I feel like I actually made her hair a little... I know I was worried about making her hair, not strong enough, but I think I actually might have gone a little too far. I'm gonna see if there's a way that I can just sort of... see if I can kind of play with it just a little bit. Let's see if it'll work. Or if it's... yeah. I like that. I like that a little bit more. A little more subtle. A little less like, the, early 90s style where all the hair was a little bit bigger, right? I think like, older Sailor Moon and such. Or, like Cardcaptor. I like how the newer anime seem to follow a bit more natural proportion. I don't know. There's something that is pleasing to me about that. Alright, we're gonna save this. And I think I can start painting the eyes before people in chat freak out. I actually should have made... I don't know why I made these green. They actually should be more of a brown, if anything. Don't forget to hydrate. Thank you, Astrofel. Also, hello! I'm gonna sort of paint these back in. What I had before. How's everything going, Astra? Hope everything is going alright. Soften that a little bit. Thank you, I appreciate it. I'm actually, like, I'm not gonna lie, guys, I'm actually very happy with how this is coming out so far. I think this is one that I would consider on a good scale. I don't know, I never really like to talk about that, but I'm actually feeling fairly good about this piece, if I don't ruin it by the end. Because that could always happen too. That could always happen too. I'm going to try and check her eye shape real quick, make sure I'm not going too far out of the boundaries of what it's supposed to be. Alright, no, this is pretty accurate for her. I won't. We've been really good today about not entering the Uncanny Valley. I'm very happy about that, because I know that last time there was just so much Uncanny Valley. But I think we've been doing a good time avoiding it. Hello, hello, Sparky! How's everything going? You got this? Eyes are looking good? Alright, I'm glad to hear that. Alright, see? Look at this. We didn't forget to paint the eyes. We're painting the eyes right now. We are not forgetting. You can't forget to paint the eyes. It's just, you know, it's such a basic... The eyes are the windows to the soul. There's no way that you're gonna forget to paint the eyes in. So sorry, anyone who was looking forward to hoping I would fail to be able to do something that you had challenged. I want to try to keep things fairly soft still. Astrophil. There you go. How's everything going, Sparky? I hope you are doing well. This is definitely the way that I want to be doing eyes going forward. I definitely want to be adding much more detail, much more intrigue, much more delicacy too. Happy Candy Discount Week. It's only gonna be like... Yeah, today's pretty much like the only day that you could go for that, really. I think they're getting smarter about it, unfortunately. But that's side by side so far, that's ridiculous. That is a ridiculous looking side by side at the moment. That or Raid Spirit, Spirit of Halloween? Yeah, there you go. Just really have to get my sleep schedule fixed. Ooh, that doesn't sound... That sounds annoying. But I'm hoping that is going alright, getting on its way to figuring out life as we know it. Life as we know it in things. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. I think I'm actually getting to the point where I'm slowly starting to figure out how I want eyes to look to be at the level that I can be satisfied with. And I kind of want to see if I can play around with the pencil a little bit. Just to sort of give it a little bit more texture, a little bit more interest. Texture and interest is always a good thing. This would be maybe like a little bit of a blue. Maybe this would be pink, actually. What would this be? Maybe like a sort of softened up pink could work. As like a little bit of a reflection here or there. It's always tricky to get that right. You just want like a little bit, something like that. There we go. Have I got my reserved YouTube handle? Yeah, it was pretty much automatic just with the username I have now. Had to come over to YouTube side. Twitch got me with an ad. That's the nice thing about you know, just sort of you know, being able to sort of swap back and forth. Alright, we can repeat this much faster now that we've sort of got our base. We sort of know what it's going to look like. I am not going to finish this at the detail level I want. I was trying to go faster, but I don't think I'm spending too much time on rendering each end. I think I am getting better at moving around the piece. I'm just sort of... What took up the time this time? I know that last time it was the rendering of the metal. What threw me off this time? I did something that took up more time than it should have. I'm trying to do my best to learn to get faster, but... yeah, there's still a lot to learn with that, I suppose. I need to figure out where my weak points are that make me take up more time than I want to. I'm not quite sure where they are yet. Nurse, Shindieru, hello. Welcome and thank you for following. Hope you're having a lovely day so far, and welcome in. Okay. Let's get a little bit more of the color here. Trying to get the edges to be a little brighter. And a little bit of a highlight on the top here. I love the art style. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I've actually, I've been doing a lot of experimenting lately, so that really means a lot. How's everything going? And I asked this of everybody, but I'm curious. How'd you find the channel? Probably gonna make this a little bit darker just so it's not a pure white. You know, it's good to have an off-white with these things. Get a little bit of the bottom lashes here just to clean things up, tidy things up. I need to do a waving emote, don't I? I need to have a waving emote at some point. I need to work on a lot of different emotes, but waving should be a pretty basic one, I think. I'll have to add that again to the list of a million different things. Also, is that supposed to be anyone? I know that that's like the Twitch default emote, but I'm wondering if that's supposed to be anyone in particular that I don't recognize. Paying work first. Yeah. I mean, this is work I'm doing just to sort of get my name out so that I can try to get more paying work. I may end up finishing this off stream because I don't want to, I'm probably gonna have to end soon-ish? Probably not too soon, but I'm just trying to think how much I can get done. But I really like the direction this is going. I might keep going off stream just so it doesn't, just so it's not half finished. You know? What if we pay for emotes? That's true. I mean, you know, it is a sub benefit thing, so there is an aspect to that, for sure. I definitely want to keep moving along with this piece, though. I think it will still be at the rendering style I have now. I'm not gonna go crazy with the rendering just because I want to keep everything consistent with each time we do one of these challenges. But I do think I might need a little more time, and I'm not entirely sure why this one needed more time, but I'll have to figure out what my slow point was here. Because if I can find it, then I can eliminate it, you know? I think that's pretty important too. And I also want to make sure that these are all looking fairly similar, so I'm just going to be able to add a little more of a darker spot here, so that stays even. Her eye is leaning a bit to the side, I think. I want to try fixing that up a little. Corporate VTubers using your assets is gonna go from trickling card hose to full blast fire hose. Probably. The likelihood of that happening is pretty dang small. It's an interesting thought, at least. If you haven't yet, feel free to check up the, my, Ko-fi.com/StarlightAkari in the, that you see on the overlay there. I feel like I must have a Ko-fi command somewhere. But, I haven't removed the Halloween assets, so if you still want one last chance to get the Halloween assets for free, head on over to the Ko-fi, and you can grab those before the prices change, probably by the end of today. This is your last chance to get the Halloween assets before they disappear. Sound like a weird person. I sound like I'm weirdly trying to shill things. Okay, I want to go back to this layer here, which, what did I have that on? A dark red or something? Must have been like a light pink. Melissa, I do not know if you are watching the stream, but thank you. I greatly appreciate that, and if you just grab the Halloween assets, then I hope you enjoy them. I completely forgot that it does that! Oh my gosh, I completely forgot that it does that on stream. I need to soften this a little bit more just to match the previous one. I do not know, but I think I pick up what you're saying. What? Thank you, Aiden. Thank you, Aiden. I greatly appreciate that. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much. It allows me to be able to make things and stream for you guys, so thank you a lot. I think I was only talking about this in the beginning of the stream, so I haven't had a chance to do it, but I'm really excited to eventually show you guys the winter assets. Those are going to be a ton of fun, I think. I'm going to have a interesting way of introducing them. So I hope that you will follow along with that, and thanks to your support, it allows me to make things like that. So really, thank you. and hopefully treat yourself. I'm sort of focused on the have to do to keep drawing at the moment. It's probably the eyes. It's probably focusing on the eyes that have, taken up the time. Also, I just realized these are very different in width. So let me see if I can adjust that, and this is probably gonna break, but that's okay. That's at least more even. Yeah, that's more even. No, but it definitely helps out with the have to handle things, so thank you. Just scoosh this over a little bit more. Ah. Yeah. Just needs to not look like it's falling, you know? There we go. This is a bit awkward as well, so let me just scooch this around. And move the hair so that there's a little bit more to her scalp. There we go. There's so much to refine. I don't know what happened to all my time, honestly. What would you guys say if we— whoa! Go away, go away. Weird keyboards popping up. What would you guys say if we made this a 2-stream piece? Would that be alright with you guys? If we did 2 streams for this instead of 1? I really wanted to, or I guess I'll put it up to a bit of a boat. I can either finish this off stream, which I don't have any problem with, or we can finish working on it next stream, and then make it more of a stream-specific piece. What would you guys prefer? It is completely up to you which way you want to go. I'm open to either. Yes? I don't know which is the yes. I'm guessing for the continuation? I have no say. Matters little. You guys. I try to prep what I'm doing for each stream, so it does help. Just saying either way. Gotta do a poll? I don't know how to do a poll, especially across both platforms. If you feel you want to finish it off stream, you do you? I don't know. I could really go either way, because this week at some point, well, probably next week, I have 3 pieces that I need to still post that you guys probably have not seen me make yet, and I'm trying to do my best to keep things in a continuation. So the Tokinosora piece isn't going to be posted until probably next week. Basically it's just called I Need to Catch Up. So we could really do it either way, honestly. I don't know how to do a poll either. I think it would only work across one platform. I wouldn't know how to make it count for both, and I would want both people's to count, so I don't really know. Alright, you know what? Because Christmas is Christmas/winter holiday is probably what I need to be focusing on off-stream, why don't we finish this... or off-stream. Why don't we finish this on-stream next time? And I think by then we should be able to get the whole thing done. I think I just got carried away in some aspect of it. I'm not sure which. But I'm really enjoying this piece, actually. It's a really calm, fun atmosphere, so I hope you guys are enjoying it as well. And I think we'll continue this piece next stream as well. I think that'll be fun. Also, thank you, Sparky. Yeah, I think that this is where we are going to call it here. So, I hope that you all have a fantastic rest of your day, evening, and night. If you haven't yet, please consider joining the Art Focus Discord. If you are an artist who wants to post your own work, we welcome that. Or if you want to get stream notifications, I let everyone know when the next stream is. Because sometimes Twitch and YouTube don't give you that information, so if you want to, then feel free to join the Discord. Let me see if I can... Awesome, okay. Restream is interesting sometimes, I have to say. But hopefully that worked. Of course it didn't on Twitch because I don't know how to type. There we go. Thank you, Stream Elements. But yeah, we will continue this next stream. And until then, I wish you Stargazers all the best. Thank you so much for joining me today. It's been a ton of fun. Thank you so much to the people who sent a tip. I really, really, really appreciate it. And I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your day, evening, or night, wherever you may be in the world. And all the best. Thank you so much.